Hello, my name is Cassandra Blanco. I am Roman Catholic, and I welcome you to my podcast. Today, my guest is my friend Stasia, and today we're going to be talking about the history of Poland. So I wanted to understand how Poland became a Catholic country, and so we're going to be talking about Poland and the history between the 10th century to the 20th century. And I'm just going to go ahead and let Stasia introduce herself.
Cześć, hallo. My name is Stasia. I am widow. I am mother of 3. I am grandmother for 9 grandchildren. I am Catholic, born in Poland. I came to United States in 1998. I work for parish, Catholic parish, local here. And my title is church environment. But also I am involved with ministry, much more concerned about spirituality and involved with different prayer groups and even organize some pilgrimages. So, and I am very fascinating about my faith, and I am fascinating that I am American, but also I am very grateful that I am Polish.
Yes. So what, and also, what city in Poland are you actually from?
I am very close to Krakow, that area, like 30 minutes drive, 35 minutes drive.
And you
Krakow.
were born and raised there, and then what age were you when you moved to America?
No, that was I was 41 when I came to America without the language, never go to school. And I don't have a TV in my home, so I don't have access to listen too much the language. So it is very, very difficult for me to talk to you about rich, long Polish history.
But we're going to do our best, and I'm very grateful that you're with us. All right, so why don't we go ahead and start? So we're going to just go century by century, starting in the 10th century, and Stasia is going to give us just a brief summary of really the foundation of how Poland became Catholic within those 1,000 years. And we're going to start now with the 10th century. So do you want to go ahead and start?
Yes. Before I will do that, I will just say a little bit where Poland is located, because maybe some of you are not familiar with where is it. Poland is located in center of Europe, and we have neighbors, and like I would say 7 neighbors, and we have access to Baltic Sea from the north, and in the south we have mountains. And our map, when you look now in the map in Europe map, you will see that our map look like heart.
Like a heart.
Yes, look very similar like heart. So, and that is our location.
Sounds good. All right. Well, do you want to go ahead and start then with the 10th century?
Yes. So when we will be talking about Christianity, or strictly about the Catholic Roman faith, I want to summarize a little bit that I will be focusing during the talk about this point. The Polish faith is based on Christ Center, Marian Center. We honor saints and very, very deep tradition. And generally very family-oriented country. Yes. So that is the some history. So now I will talk you about how the Polish start to exist in the map. And in the early of 10th century, Poland was not existing. There was some tribes who lived in that territory what is now Poland, but they was not civilized. They was not so much known in the world. But one of that tribes, one leader, was very, very interesting, powerful, and he started thinking about the future of this tribe. He was fighting with the tribe because he wants to take more lands and be much more powerful. But also he knew that our neighbor's country, the most of them was already Christian. They was Catholic, Roman Catholic, most of them, but in Russia was Orthodox. So he knew that he needed to do something to be like connected with the civilizing world. So he doesn't want to make it happen that Germany, the Roman Empire, that same thing as German Empire that time, that moment, he doesn't want them to Christianize his land and people. He doesn't want to be under their wings. So he chose to ask Duke of Czech about his daughter hand to be married to her. And her name was Dombrava. She was very deep Catholic lady, and she accepted, and she arrived in Poland with Bishop Jordan. His name was Jordan, and they got married, and Mieszko, his name, the Duke was Mieszko, he got baptized. He in his court. And that was the most amazing event that happened to our country, was that baptism from our first leader. And so little by little, the faith, they start building. That Bishop Jordan, who was with the new Duchess Dąbrowska, he stay in Poland, and they start spreading news about Catholic faith, and that start beginning. And that was 966 year. That's very important year for our Polish, because nation was born there.
Yeah, so it's 966 this
AD.
Right, so after death.
Yeah.
Or Anime Domino, I think it's called. I can't remember.
Yes, that is exactly
the Latin of it.
Yes.
But so this tribal leader marries this woman who is part of a different country, and that then he ends up becoming baptized, and that is incredibly significant in the first seeds or the first foundation for Poland to become a Catholic country.
Yeah, because Czech was already Christian, already Catholic. So
Czech is the country.
Right. that Dąbrówka she came from. Mm-hmm. So they was ally. Probably because it's like many legends that probably Mieszko was like connected with that dynasty, because when we talk about that was new beginning of dynasty of Piast, the name Piast.
Right, the Piast dynasty. So that would become that dynasty. Yeah.
And they will be running for 410 years.
Right.
So that was here, and now we come to the point when the Duke Mieszko, before he was almost, declining in health, and he knew that that time is coming, that he will go to another world. Before one year before he died, he issued the very powerful document. That is the name of the document is Dagoma Judex. The first time in that document, he write the borders in Poland. He described how border of Poland look like. He extended a border of Poland. He united the tribes, and that is the document how Poland was look like before he died. So his son take over, and a Pope sent to Poland some helper to spread the good news and evangelize our country. Bishop from Czech, again, from our ally. His name was Adalbert. And he wanted to help to Christianize the part of Poland. In northeast Poland was some region when pagan lived there, and he go there. They, of course, they don't like, nobody like to intervene in their territory. They kill him, and he was brought to Poland by our Duke Bolesław, and he paid to the pagans, he paid the gold, how much weight was, the body weight was for this Duke, they give them that much gold. Did you imagine? So, and bring that bishop to Polish church, and they buried him under the altar. And that was something that people start learning, Christians start learning, wow, that was the bishop who laid down his life for the faith. He was not scary.
So this bishop you're talking about went to you said it was the northeast?
Northeast was like Persian territory, not territory, I would say it was nobody territory at that time.
He went there and he was martyred.
Yes.
He was trying to go spread the faith, but
yes.
he went there and he got martyred, and then he was buried, and this helped to increase devotion of the Catholic faith.
But he was buried in Poland. They take him back.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
So that 3 years later, how powerful and very special bishop was. That means that after 3 years he was canonized. It's not usual. At that time they did, but was extraordinary quick canonization. He was very close to very powerful empire, Roman Empire, Otto IV. So that was the issue that he pushed the Pope to do early. And he was canonized in 1999, and 1000, Otto, Emperor of Roman, he came to pay homage to the new saint. And that visit was very significant for Catholic, because Roman Emperor is coming to visit, and he bring to Duke Bolesław the relic of Holy Cross, and was very significant gift. And that was, the Poland became much more recognized by European and even in the world, because somebody who are very powerful visit our country. So that, and there was the Congress of Gniezno, and there was another things that happened in the same year, that the parish where Saint Adalbert was buried, they raised to like archdiocese.
Yeah, they raised it to an archdiocese.
Archdiocese, yes. And they recognized another three different part in Poland, three other dioceses. So the faith was not in the center here, but they spread here, and there was the parishes and together, and in more orders was coming from different country, from the monasteries, and they just preach people. So, so 1025, so it's 1025, the Duke Bolesław is canonized. So is the monarchy starting in our country, the first king. We have a first king in our country. He passed away a year later, and then everything is smoothly. You see that it's spreading, everything, faith is spreading. No, some rebellions was happening 1035. They think the people were thinking, no, we don't want to follow that kind of religion. We not want to give up every pagan rituals and everything. They start rebellion. They kill the priests. They burn the parishes, the churches, and even king was devastated and fled from our country. So a few years later, he came back, and his name was Casimir, restorer. So that word means that he comes to just restore everything together. And that was the time when but before he came back, our ally, Duke from Czech, he came to Poland because he see that was very weak, everything is, king is not here. So he came to Poland, he takes some part of the Poland. Also, he go to the Gniezno, he take the relic of Saint Adalbert to Czech to Prague. So that was happened. So even with allies, you see that what is going on now, starting fighting for power.
Right.
So
which is normal.
It's
I mean,
normal.
this happens, when like a country becomes weak, and then other more powerful countries come in and try to take advantage of the situation.
Exactly. So, and I am from Krakow diocese. So what happened? We have a bishop. His name was Stanisław. He's my patron because my name is all I will say. Original name is Stanisława. They call me Stasia. But he doesn't agree with king. He doesn't like his moral life, and was some dispute, and king doesn't want to listen to him, so he excommunicated him.
Right. So Bishop Stanislaw excommunicated the king.
King, yes. So he was very loved, the bishop, by people, and they was a rebellion against the king. So they have a power, people have a power to kick him out from country. So he fled, and after I read about him, he converted after.
The king converted.
King converted, but he died not in Polish land. So his brothers take over, and but what I say, he excommunicated, but king was, before they kick him out, a bishop, the king was so angry, so he ordered, or he by himself killed the bishop and cut him in the pieces.
Right. So the king ordered or had him directly
we
killed?
not know.
Yeah, so had the bishop killed and cut him into pieces.
Yes, but they say that those body parts have apparently grown together. So that was very significant for another saint. It's not 80 years later after the first one. We have another one that was very significant for people to see that faith is worthy to pay even alive.
Right. So it's like worth dying for your faith. And
faith, yes.
To become a martyr for it.
So,
okay, so we move on to the 11th to the 13th centuries.
Yes, so we will think that everything going right. No, it's not really. We have a fighting between inside with dukes, and also that was fighting with Mongols and Teutonic knights in that centuries. So what was happened in that century, that was some division in Poland, because one of the king, he was fighting with his siblings, but before he died, he was thinking, no, I don't want happen for my children. I divide Poland between them. So he did it. You think that works? No, doesn't work. So he divided with smaller principalities, and that weakened the state, because that was fight. Only unifying place they find was church.
Right. So the church was a unifying institution when the state itself had been divided up into principalities. It was the church that continued to be a unifying force within Poland.
Yeah, even between the siblings.
Okay.
So one of them even was thinking to take over his brothers, take more land. So that was the place when I just mentioned before that Saint Adalbert was murdered. That was north of east, and that part of land was still not Christianized. So one of this duke, he says, okay, I can do by myself, I don't have a power. I will ask Teutonic knights, powerful army, and they will do it. Also, they came, they conquer what was request, but they take the state, that little place, under their wings, and they put the German settlers there. So this decision was absolutely wrong, and they paid price for century later. Because there was always fight between.
Right. But why did the Teutonic Knights actually come in? To try to be a unifying, or to try to quell?
No, Teutonic Knights, that was the like army. They was helping to Christianize the world.
Oh,
you know.
Okay.
So Roman, like Pope, he has some, I will say, honor them, because they was very successful.
Oh, okay.
They know how to do it. There was skills. They have a
But
skills.
they were also violent? Or
Yes, brutally. They do brutally. When somebody was not doing what they say, they was brutally take over. Yeah. So that was happened. So now we have a just little piece in that is like you have a Baltic Sea, and that is in your Baltic Sea in East North is there.
So Teutonic Knights are in that area?
Yes, they are there. They have a own place there. So that was another century coming. We have another century, so I don't want to just make sure that I don't miss something. So in that same century, that Bishop Stanisław from Krakow, he was canonized. So another impulse for people to renew the faith. So, and that we have another century, 14th century was very prosperous, and we come to the 15th century was name of Golden Age.
Okay, so 15th century was called the Golden Age.
Golden Age. So we have another king. He is the one of the son who divided Poland. He is now king. His name is Casimir Great. We will wonder why great. Yeah, he was unusual king. He doesn't do same thing what the previous kings and duchess was doing. He come to the point that it's better to negotiate it. Even when he will lose some part of land, he will be okay. He wants to have peace and prosperity. And that works. He put together the country, strengthened the Polish state, and he rebuilt after the fragmentation. And he reformed administration, treasury, army. He built the castles. he was triple the number of royal towns in Poland. And they call him that he found Poland made of wood and left it made of stone. So that is...
Yeah, so it was made of wood and then he left it made of stone. Like he built, he negotiated peace, he was a peacemaker. He was trying to build the country instead of just trying to take land or divide or get war or have power.
Yeah, very, very unusual approach. And he also opened the border for Jews. The Jews was kicking from different neighbors' country. They don't want them. They kick them out. He opened the border and he says, yeah, come on. So they help him too build like business with... So was something that both of them, they had some profit. And that was his triumph for that period of time. So, and here the dynasty of Piast is ending. When he died, the fourth dynasty passed. Yes. So now we are in year 1384. We have a very interesting situation. We have a king, and the king is woman. Her name is Jadwiga, and she's 12 years old, and she's king. So she's not queen, she's ruler. So they're looking for the noble people and bishops and all clergy and everybody sit together and talking who will be the best one. So they was thinking, two very powerful men. And that was the land, Lithuania, and in our east side of Poland, and that part of land and people who lived there was not Christian. They was not Christianized. So the very great Duke there, he was in the problem like Mieszko, our first Duke who initiated Poland, a country. He has a problem. He says, sooner or later, Germany will be forcing the Teutonic knights will come and they will just take over my land. And his land was almost twice like Poland. That much land he has. So the negotiation was to marry them together. He was pagan. So that was the agreement that he needed to be baptized into Catholic Church and Roman Catholic Church, not Easter, because he was closer to Russia,
right.
So
which is Eastern Orthodox in Russia, but
the agreement was not. He needed to be baptized
in the Roman Catholic rite.
Catholics. He did. He arrived, and that was some union of Krevo, and 1385 he was baptized. So they make the union, personal union between him, because he became, next year, he was crowned as a king. So we have two kings, because she is still king, and she is ruler, and he was ruler too. So that is something very, very interesting.
That is interesting.
And even when she was very young, she was speaking few languages. And even her mother and even family, they was thinking that maybe she needs some help when she was by herself and not yet married. But the noble people in Poland and clergy and everybody say, no, she is very smart, she is very sharp. That 12 years old that time was mature. Did you imagine?
Right, wow, yeah, very different from today.
Today. And she became saint later. So we were, So we are here.
So this union then made a Polish-Lithuania
very powerful.
Yeah, so it brought the countries together, and it was called the Commonwealth, right? The
No,
Polish,
not
not
yet.
yet. Okay.
It's personal union.
Oh, this is personal union. Okay.
She is the ruler, and he is the ruler.
Gotcha.
You know, but they are personal union. So they became large. That was the largest country in Europe, and very powerful.
Right.
They was very powerful. So he said, now his name was Władysław Jagiełło. He is have a much more power because he is a Polish army, his army. So he said himself, I will fight with Teutonic knights in the north. I will do it. Mm-hmm. So he did. He says, all army need to go to the mass, and he himself too. Mm-hmm. They go to the mass. After mass, they start singing the oldest song, Polish song named Bogu Rodzica. They was singing very powerfully, and they go to the battle. They won. They crushed the Teutonic
they crushed
knights.
The Teutonic knights.
Knights. Okay. They was like they lost the strength, and they received some, a part of land, but not definitely. Mm-hmm. But they put them a little bit down. So now I will tell you that Marian devotion now is showing up here. The people was thinking, wow, Blessed Virgin Mary was the one, because they was invoking her mm-hmm. for help. So they say, yeah, she is the protector. She is looking for us. When we are struggle, when we have a crisis, she is with us. Mm-hmm. So that devotion starts here.
Okay, so this is where the strong devotion to Mary, which Poles are definitely known for, really developed.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So that is the one here. You see her here.
Yeah. Behind here is the image of the Black Madonna.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So now we go to the another 100.
Okay, years. Yeah.
Yes.
So what are we in the 16th century?
Yes, now it's 16th century. So that was lots and lots of wars. They say 63 years was war and 27 peace, and most of them was with Russia. Mm-hmm. But during the time that was developing of culture, science, art, the University of Krakow, the flourished. The Nicolaus Copernicus was studied there. Mm-hmm. Probably you hear this name. And so was the Polish literature grew. The beautiful things was happen. Now that I mentioned about the personal union between Lithuanian and Poland was mm-hmm. before personal. Now they come in 1569. They formally formed the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth.
Okay.
So that's
the union of the two countries.
Officially much more, So in that was the Commonwealth was multi-ethnic and multi-religious and very large. And I just mentioned, during that century, Polish king was even king of Russia. Few years. Yeah, that was happened. But just briefly. So I will give you some what happened now from words of John Paul the Great, the Pope, who write the book Memory and Identity. He say here in that book, not that while religious wars and persecution raged across Europe, his native Poland was an oasis of tolerance. The Kingdom of Poland, which eventually came into a dynastic union with Lithuania and became the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth following the Union of Lublin, was a place to which persecuted religious groups flocked. 2/3 of the world's Jews trace their ancestry to Poland, while in the rest of Europe, Jews were walled in ghettos or expelled. They were given privileges by the kings of Poland. So like Casimir's great, he started to do it now. So now you see that Poland is the country with all kind of religion. Is the Jewish, and this century we are talking now, we will be talking about the Reformation. So it's much more different religions coming, but that place with that Commonwealth, Polish Commonwealth unity, that was the Ukrainian Orthodox bishop. You know, because I like mentioned, the Lithuanian was very close to Russia. They have some influence. Some people was, Eastern Orthodox. So there was bishop who was Orthodox, but in that time, they asked Pope to be united with Catholic Church under Pope wings. It was very significant move. So that time. A little bit unifying, with Catholic. But the Reformation started, so there was spreading the Lutherans and Calvinism and.
So this was the 1500s. The Protestant Reformation happened.
Yes.
Right? Was it 1500s? Late
No,
1500s?
we are talking about 1600, but they started, I think, 1517. I think was starting.
Right. So the Protestant Reformation happened with Martin Luther in the 1500s, and so now all of a sudden different Protestant faiths are starting to spread throughout Europe, and so it ends up also coming to the lands of Poland.
Because our government, even our government, they have some official document that Polish is the country of freedom of faith.
Right.
So everybody was welcome. So everybody comes.
Yeah.
But Polish people, the native Polish people, was very identified as a Roman Catholic Church, but they paid the price because now the Reformation. People comes from different country, and they was like they say, Poland was known as a refuge for these centers. So you have some kind of idea. So you think, that everything is perfect. You're just happy. We are so friendly. No, it doesn't work that way. So bishops start looking for. That is something going on that Protestants want to push a little bit their view for our people. And it was like conversation, not disagreement, because Protestants say, no, you not need to believe the Eucharist, that Jesus is a real present, that is.
So what you're trying to say is that Protestants were coming and trying to argue with Catholics about their faith, and Catholics in Poland were not having it. They not agree with this, but not everybody was really educated with it. They believe, and that was sincere, things, that they go to the church. They believe the Eucharist is, Jesus is present in the Eucharist. They believe the sacrament of confession is, appropriate, that we need to do it. That is the way when we need to approach the table of Eucharist. Go to the confession first, and they say, no, you not need to do anything to work for your salvation. You are already saved. And they say, no, something is not wrong. It's wrong. Something is wrong. But even it's not just Poland. All country was dealing with that problems, and Pope, he even there was the Council of Trent, because they need to approach that problem in the way that everybody knows where they are standing. So they sent different orders, like Jesuits and different preachers to our country
to teach them much more deeper understanding of our faith. It's not just, we believe because my mom or my dad tell me that I need to go to church every Sunday, I need to do good things because they tell me. No, now they want to know much more, have a knowledge about what is our belief about.
Yeah, so religious communities, did you say the Jesuits?
No, the Jesuits, they play a very, very dominant role, but there was Dominicans, Franciscan, Bernardines, Paulines, Augustinians,
Carmelites. So these religious communities came in and helped to maybe catechize the population, meaning that they taught them what the actual Catholic faith taught, so that they could, I guess, give a defense to.
Yes, they want to make them sure they are aware what Catholic Church is about.
And why they're Catholic and what the belief is. That makes sense.
Yes, and it was like even the women congregation, they was like helping to the hospitals or with children or something. It was teaching. Everywhere was the teaching, so. It was really taking seriously to defend the Protestantism. So, and start people even in the villages, they say, no, they talking to us about their faith, but they fight between themselves because they say, I not agree with you, even the Protestant. And they say, so what? When we go to our Catholic Church, we have everything is same. So that was something that people was much more confirmed. Okay, now our faith is the true faith.
Right.
Even when they say that 10% of noble people was convert to the Protestants, after when that after the Council of Trent, they start to learn what is really Catholic Church about. They come back to the faith.
Yeah.
So that was very powerful. So, but that century there was the wars between Russia, Turkey, and Prussia. That even Sweden now is from north. The Swedish start to looking for some pressure for Poland in Poland, because at that I would say the Reformation and that things was weakening Poland. The people, that kind of, because it was like an uncertain. There was like when you are not certain, you are.
It's a weakening. Yeah, it weakens people.
Yes.
That makes sense.
So that was the internal conflicts. And the greatest disaster was the Swedish invasion. That was deluge. Because, again, they see something going on, is much more pressure. Swedish is like Protestants, so they say, now we will just invade the country. So they did, and they did lots of portion of Poland under their wings. But when they arrive in the place, Jasna Góra is Częstochowa, the Black Madonna place.
We say it Częstochowa.
Częstochowa.
But I know that you said it in a Polish way. How do you say it?
Jasna Góra.
Oh.
That is different names.
Oh, okay.
Jasna Góra is mean that is like light place. It is.
That's not the same as Częstochowa.
Yes, same place.
Oh, same place.
Same place. So they arrived there, and there was the Paulist order who ran the shrine, and there was very saintly abbot, you will say, I think that is the name, and he decided to do something very spiritual way. He take the Blessed Sacrament and monstrance, and he processed with his monks. It was not many of them, was few of them. Probably that was against that Swedish army. You will say there was just few of them, but they pray, and they defeated. They left was something happened that they left. Swedish, they left. They
So so there was a Swedish invasion, and there was
the miracle was some happened. It was not the strong army or something.
okay.
No, there was
it was a small. It was a small invasion. It was,
no, there was huge.
Oh, it was a huge invasion.
They was like, I think that it was thousands of them.
Okay, so a big invasion of Sweden, and then there was a victory here at this. It was a monastery.
That was monastery and shrine of Blessed Virgin Mary.
And
and people was seeing that Black Madonna.
Right.
That they credited to her the victory because
They
was no way. They
Yeah.
already take part of the Poland. Now what is just a little shrine. So that was the. They say when Swedish and Russian and Turks put into Poland territory, the church gathered all her forces to drive out those enemies for her religion. So Poland that time, everything was about the religion because they want to take apart like Swedish or Russian or Prussian. Everybody was in different religion. You see, that devotion to Blessed Virgin Mary was so huge. And after that, the king, Casimir, Jan Casimir, he named Blessed Virgin Mary as a queen of nation.
Okay.
So now she is king of nation.
Right.
Yes. So that is 1656 that was happened. So that.
Beautiful.
No, so you will think that's enough. Yeah, no. 1683, that is another Turks. They stand in the in the gates of Vienna in Austria, and because Poland had some agreement with the Austrian, so all Europe was paralyzed because that they have a power. The Turks, they knew that it will be like ending of European faith. They will be just, finished. So it's Muslim, will be Muslim. The Europe will be Muslim. They was thinking that it will happen. So that time we had a king, very interesting king. He was king soldier. He was fighting, not just command. And he has a very powerful army, the hussars, Polish hussars. When you go to YouTube, you will find what they was about. Very extraordinary powerful. And he was very powerful king, and they won. And he write the letter to Pope, and he says, I came, I saw, God conquer. He doesn't take the victory for himself. He just say
so
that.
So he helped to defeat the Turks that had invaded Poland.
No, there was Austrian.
Oh, it was Austrian.
The Turks was attacking Austrian. So he defend Austrian. And even the Austrian king, he fled from his country, and Polish king come to his country and helped to defeat them.
So the Turkish the Turkish army had invaded Austria, and then Poland went to go in defense of Austria.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And like I say, they say that even Austrian king, after when they finished and they won, he came. He not even say to our king thank you. He ignored him. So now you will see why I am talking about this, because here you will see that Poland, because we have many wars, is weakening here, and Austrian, German, and Russia is now thinking, it's time. Who will take what?
Yeah.
apart. So after that spectacular victory, even Pope said that our king was savior of Vienna and Western European civilization.
Wow.
That was that kind of, I think that was the most powerful victory for that time. Very powerful. So that Polish, I would say, was weakened inside and outside with his neighborhoods, and everything was going apart. But yet, Polish, miraculously, Polish culture not only survived, it thrived. So Poland, like, they want to spread the languages too, because when you come have that people who come different part of the world, they speak in different languages. Polish people was very, I would say, dedicated to keep the language like what church was the one who was the primary teacher. And they teach the language tradition even abroad, because many people was like study abroad, so but they have a connection. They want to, everybody will be connected with faith and culture,
right.
Tradition. So because that now is very weak things, so Poland, they start thinking, the noble people, they start thinking, and we need to do something to make some rules. So you have a fourth Constitution of America, and the second one was Polish. And there was 1791 Constitution of May, of 3rd May, and they just want to make sure that everything is in the order. Doesn't work that way, because our neighboring country have already some powers, because Poland was very weak, so they abolish whatever we want to do it. They say no. So when you have that kind of situation, the Polish people abroad, they start just be together. They start like legion, forming the legion in Italy. They knew that they need to do something to make sure that when they will be needed, they are. So they say in Italy, the legend of Polish legends, they was singing the song, and they was, Polish is not yet lost as long as Polish people endure and fight in its name. Because that point, our neighbor, beautiful neighbor, decide to take Poland apart.
In what countries was that?
It was like 1772, three countries, they say Prussia, Russia, and Austria. It's like
they take a piece.
East, west, and south. They take the pieces. So there was like uprising. Polish people say, no, we will fight for. The Kościuszko, who was fighting in America, help to America, he say, oh no, I need to go to my country, help my people. He came, and he was fighting, and was 1794, but they crushed them. There was that insurrection was crushed. So 1793, only two countries take a little bit more. Austria doesn't take that time, nothing. With Prussia mean German, Russia, and Austria say, no, this time not. So, but 2 years later, all three come together. They say, yeah, we are taking
They took apart Poland.
Poland, and was not exist. So, but that song, what I mentioned, people start singing, and there was like spreading the news. Yeah, we are. So in Poland, will come back. For was just have that kind of desire for independence one day. So we come to the another part, the last part, 19th century. So Poland is not existing, but battle, the war stopped. Polish people not fight with anybody because they don't have a power, because they are under powers in different countries. But was uprising. They don't stop. They was like,
so they're colonized by other. Poland is currently colonized by other countries, and during this time, then there's people that do uprisings to try to fight back against this colonization.
Yes, because they don't allow you to teach your language. They Germanize you. They Russification. There was Russification, so they pressure that you need to follow their rules. So there was like, they say there was November uprising, Krakow uprising, Spring of Nation uprising, January uprising, and it was like, because and when they uprising, there was enormous repression from that country when they was like against Russia. So there was confiscation of estates. The deportation to Siberia, that happened that time. You know that Siberia is...
Siberia.
Siberia, yes. Russification and Germanization. It was, to make sure that they take everything what you are, like is your identity.
Yeah, you lose your identity, you're then just become Russians or Germans or Austrians.
Yes. So then the last part, about, we will say, that was 1914, that I think all of you know, that was start of First World War. And so all country in Europe, they was fighting and looking for something bigger. They want to be much powerful. So the point was, who will start and who will be the first one, because everybody have some appetite to take more, because the Polish is not there. So, but they want to even take on different country like Great Britain or France or Germany or Russia, and everybody was looking to power themselves much more. And so German, they start the first.
They start the First World War, Germany.
Yes, and then second one. So, but we are going here. Don't go good further. So what happened? They was thinking that maybe it will be just a few months and will be over. We will take what we want. Doesn't happen. Was happened that way. The war was 4 years. Very brutal war. And all our partitions country who take apart Poland, they collapse.
Yeah.
They collapse. And so that's why our independence come back to
Poland.
the power.
So after World War I ends, then Poland essentially gets its independence back because those countries no longer have the power to occupy Poland.
Yes. So that was not the army that kept Poland alive, but the faith in God, the church, the bishops, the priests, preserved the faith, language, and nation. That is the story.
There you go. The first 1,000 years that we're talking about the history of Poland.
Yes.
The second podcast we are going to do is going to be about the 20th or the 21st century, and then about just the customs and the culture. What is traditions? What is it like now? What is Poland like now? So we can get a little bit of wisdom from my friend Stasia, who spent 40 years of her life there. So. But I think before we close, Stasia wanted to share a song with us in Polish as well and sing it for us. And this song, do you want to explain what it was?
Yeah, that is the patriotic song. It's very, the name is Rota, it's like oath. That is the name in English. There was singing and during that difficult times of our history. That is not our anthem, national anthem. National anthem was the one what I mentioned before, that when we are alive, that Poland is alive. But this one is, I have a very huge sentiment for that song, and I wish that would be the Polish anthem, that song, but it's not yet. But many people, I think many people that have that kind of wishes.
Yeah,
yes.
for this song.
Yes. But
so we're gonna now have this song that Stasia is gonna share with us, and it's a song that she's gonna sing in Polish, and I will put the English lyrics up on the screen so that you can follow along to know what it actually means. Here, so I'm gonna hold this, so maybe get it closer to my microphone.
Mieszko nasz ród, nie damy pogrześć mowy. Polski my naród, polski lud, królewski szczep piastowy. Nie damy, by nas gnębił wróg. Tak nam dopomóż Bóg, tak nam dopomóż Bóg. Do krwi ostatniej kropli z żył bronić będziemy ducha, aż się rozpadnie w proch i w pył krzyżacka zawierucha. Wielcą nam będzie każdy próg, tak nam dopomóż Bóg, tak nam dopomóż Bóg. Nie będzie Niemiec pluł nam w twarz, ni dzieci nam Germanił. Orężny wstanie upiec nasz, duch będzie nam hetmanił. Pójdziem, gdy zabrzmi złoty róg, tak nam dopomóż Bóg, tak nam dopomóż Bóg. Nie damy miana Polski zgnieść, nie pójdziem żywo w trumnę. Na polskie imię, na jej cześć podnosim czoła dumnie. Odzyska ziemię dziadów wnuk, tak nam dopomóż Bóg, tak nam dopomóż Bóg.
Yay! Beautiful! Well, thank you so much, Stasia, for sharing your beautiful history with us. And is there anything else you want to share with the audience?
Oh yeah, no, thank you for inviting me. I was a little bit scaring. I was thinking that she wants me to talk in Polish. So I will be very, 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 very happy to do that because very flexible. I will be flexible. But I did what I can.
Thank you.
But thank you to honor me. I was surprised. I was surprised when you tell me,
Yes.
I was just thinking that was joke.
Well, it was not a joke. We're so glad that you shared with us your story of Poland. And to my audience, if you do have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section and we will do a second podcast. So, and I hope you have a wonderful morning, day, or night, wherever you are in the world. And God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye.